All right, now
Ep
we're
three.
going. Episode 3,
Number 3.
titled Get a Job.
Titled Get a Job.
Get a motherfucking job. Okay.
It's the best advice I ever
So,
got.
we're just going to get right into it. We have a little background. Today's
Special
episode
guest.
is a special guest is going to be on. His name is Ray Desmond. He's
Yes.
from Alabama.
That's his full name.
That's his full. I mean, it's his Facebook page. It's out there.
True.
He posts some very questionable things about women and minorities. And you know about on this podcast now, if anybody has listened through, we
Yeah.
you know we're very
All of our faithful fans.
we're very women and minority positive here.
Inclusive.
Yes. So I guess my question to you, Brody, is how did you, I don't know if I actually know, how did you come across this guy's Facebook profile?
As Raven knows, I'm a pretty avid Facebook user. I love Facebook. I be on Facebook more than I be on Twitter sometimes. So I creep a lot. I meet a lot of different people on the web.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a lot of people's posts, and I go through the comments, and I don't remember
right.
exactly what I was looking at, but I remember seeing Ray comment on it, and I think that it was something hateful towards minorities. I think
Something we can't stand
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the main thing. I was just so taken aback that this man was taking a stand against like Mexican people on Facebook.
Mhm.
So I went to investigate further. So just to kind of give the viewers an idea of kind of the guy that Ray is, he had posted publicly on the internet December 15th. He said, this site was created by Jewish bastards, and bastards is spelled incorrectly.
Naturally.
a lot of his Facebook posts are spelled incorrectly. Another one says, I look at posts on here and it's always foreign people that post. Am I on the wrong Facebook? Is there a United States Facebook?
That's awesome. That's
So-
so awesome.
I don't know. Somebody that's just so comfortable with themselves to put this out there, I kind of got to get in contact with. Ray also, which we need to ask him about, has a hard time with women. His Facebook bio right now is single, looking for a single woman to have a live together relationship with me. That's his entire
Right.
thing.
And so Ray's thing is he posts a lot about women and being single, but he also posts about the bots that are on
Yes.
Facebook, which is so funny to me because it's like it's just this, I don't know whatever age, I guess boomer old guy that he just doesn't understand why there's so many bots, but like responds to them.
Yes.
So I kind of want to, so basically what we did is we got him.
Ray posted his phone number on the internet.
Is that how you contacted him?
He like posted it and he was like, single women hit me up.
Oh,
and then
I
I
thought
got
you
it.
text him.
Me,
and
the
was like,
22-year-old man from Pennsylvania, got this man who lives in Alabama's phone number because he posted on it.
I mean, that's wow. Yeah,
That's how it is.
So we called him and we were like, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And we just had, I don't even know, it was like a 10-minute phone call.
Yeah, it was
one
pretty
night, 10,
brief.
15, like something like
He
that.
didn't really want it to end, it felt like. He kind of
I think he wants someone to talk to, which
Yeah.
is why we were like, Ray, listen, we're going to set up some things and we're going to bring you on our show. Now, Ray doesn't know that we basically have no one listening to the show, but it's going to be
Yes.
as if there's a bunch of people and we're live on the internet, live on the air, and
they
shit
like
that.
want to hear about him. Like they're like
Yeah,
enthralled in his existence.
So basically what we're going to do is kind of pick his brain a little bit and see how he was growing up, where he lives, how he lives, if he has a drug problem, and then get into his relationship. Like what happened?
What
that
drives
he's
a man
just-
like this?
Yeah, because I'm very curious. You see these guys all over the internet and you just wonder.
That's exactly. I feel like this is kind of like a social experiment because we've all been on the internet and we've seen the old boomer guy like commenting under like
Some girl that's 18,
yeah,
if that.
yeah, like shit like that, or
Even-
like hating
yeah.
black people,
Mm.
shit like that. So we finally get to actually talk to one. Even though I feel like we both have relatives that are kind of in this same boat, but they're just not to the same level of Ray. Like my grandfather hates black people. but he
Right.
doesn't know how to use the internet. You know,
Very true.
so he doesn't do all this funny stuff.
and
he
I
just
hate black
is-
people, and
and
I know
Raven
how to
is-
use the
Yeah,
internet.
but Raven doesn't post about how much he hates black people.
Yeah, I
so.
kind of just keep that on the low. So, without further ado, we'll just get into it. We'll call him up and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be really upset. We're going to actually have to pause the podcast if he doesn't answer because he's answered 2 out of 2 times now. So, this
Yeah,
should be,
very
we should be
quickly
good.
as well.
Yeah, so again, like I wonder if he's just sitting at home doing nothing.
I guarantee you
drinking. I
he's
hope we
just
catch him
sitting-
like fucking
Yeah.
blackout drunk.
I mean, it is a Friday at 8 o'clock, and he lives in Montgomery, Alabama. So,
Well, is that no? Alabama's down. That's still the same time.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought maybe like is that Midwest like an hour back?
Could be.
I'm retarded. I can't.
I don't know. All right. Time for the man of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. It
What?
never takes him this long to answer. He might be dead.
What if we used up? It's like a genie. We only got two calls.
Maybe he
2
used up all of his minutes on his Sprint.
his
on his
Walmart
Sprint
phone.
Flip phone. No. Ray, this is not the time.
This is Ray Desmond.
No.
Wait. I was gonna say play the fucking.
I should have.
Call-
Yeah.
just
I'm
call him
I'm just
again.
gonna call.
Just call him again.
I'm just gonna call him again.
I-
We fucking called Ray about this. I called him on Monday and I said, Ray, be around on Friday. I want to talk to you.
maybe he's in the shower.
And he said, okay.
Just
I'll
let-
leave
just
him.
let the
I'm gonna leave him a voicemail.
Yeah, just let the voicemail play.
Yeah.
and then we'll.
This guy's really fucking up the show right now. He was the entire fucking thing. How are you? This is so Ray Desmond. This is so Ray Desmond.
This is Ray Desmond.
At the tone, please record your
Come on,
is
message.
Ray.
it?
You don't even have a
Alright.
funny
Finish
voicemail.
recording.
Hold on, I gotta leave him a
Or press
voicemail.
1 for more options.
Hey Ray, it's Brody. I called you on Monday about the podcast. We're live on the air right now. We have about 800 people watching. I got some of the viewers to send us some questions to ask to you. So once you hear this, give me a call. The people are waiting. All right, bye. He is not gonna call me. That's so fucked.
That's
how is he
crazy.
gonna? How is he gonna stand me up right now? I've called him at like 10 o'clock on like Tuesday. You know what I mean?
The
Like
fuck? Maybe he's in the shower.
maybe he's in the shower.
Maybe he's out patrolling, trying
Yeah,
to.
maybe he's fighting with his neighbors.
or
he
he's
hates
just,
his
maybe
neighbors.
he's just out being racist. I don't know.
God
So,
damn
all right, fuck.
Jesus. Well,
We'll be back whenever he calls.
all right.
All right. All right, we're trying again.
This fucking old retard. Trying to give him his fucking fame right now. He's too stupid. Nothing. How are you gonna fucking ghost me, Ray?
I think you're very upset that this man.
This is Ray Desmond.
Fuck you,
At
Ray.
the tone.
I'm not upset about.
You're upset that a middle-aged man dubbed you. I think really you're closeted homosexual.
That's how I
it's starting
feel
to
right
come to
now.
light. Yeah,
This is horrible. Well,
I think maybe it's like your fear of rejection and you just got shot down, or maybe you look up to him like it's a father figure.
I have been looking for somebody for me to, in my head, correlate a father figure to,
Mm.
and Ray has probably been the closest thing to that.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Fuck.
Let's just speaking of father figures, let's talk about your father.
You want to know about my dad? Ask me questions. Ask me
I just
questions about my
I
dad.
just know I just love the story. One of my favorite memories is you telling me about him, and like I guess it never really dawned on me that you never really talked about him a whole lot because I knew like a lot about your mom, and then you were
Yeah.
just like, yeah, he was a manager at Walmart and a functioning meth head, and I was like, wait, that's
Yeah.
a real thing? Like you can be a functioning meth head? And then you said, yeah, he would just get high on meth and rearrange furniture in the basement, and I was like, that is so fucking funny.
Yeah, no, my dad is like a psychopath. He's like he's like the craziest dude I ever met. Not the craziest. He's just like he I don't know. He understands that like you have free will, and he just takes that to the max, I guess. Like I don't really know how to describe him. He's kind of otherworldly. You know what I mean? You have to like kind of meet him just to be like, whoa, like you're
Dude, I
so
do want
out
to meet
there.
him at one point. Since you
Yeah.
can't meet my dad.
That's true
I mean,
because
he's
your
in my
dad is
room.
dead.
Yeah, he's in my room in a little jar. But I got to meet him. Like some of these stories that you were telling me, like him fucking. What was the one? Him crashing the car in the side of the building.
That was the craziest. Not the craziest, but it was pretty nuts. So I like came back from school the one day. I'm like 5th grade. I was in the 5th grade. I remember because I had a science project due the next day, and he was supposed to help me do it. I.e., buy me the things I needed to make the fucking thing because I couldn't drive to Walmart. You know what I mean? Like I needed him to just like get me like glitter and like glue and shit, and I could just like make this. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll do
glitter
it."
to put on your face to go to school because
Yeah,
you
so I
are.
could glue the glitter onto my face and look like a dirty slut.
Yeah.
And fucking, I got home and I was like, damn, this he's not home. I was like, damn, he's not home. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like 3 hours go by, and I'm like, dude, where the fuck is this guy? It's
And
like,
at this time, your parents were separated, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you were
it
just
was,
like with your dad.
I just live with my dad.
and he just wasn't home for
Yeah,
3
and I
hours
was
after
just
school.
like,
How old
what?
were you?
If I don't know, how old are you in like the 5th grade?
Well, what, you were raped at 13 in 6th grade, so you're probably like 11 or 12.
11 or 12.
Like
yeah.
12, yeah.
So I'm like just kicking it, like eating cereal and shit. And I hear like this banging
Crushing
on
up
the
his meth
door.
rocks. Snorting
Yeah.
them there now.
Like we had like a staircase you had to go down. There's like a door and shit. I heard banging on the door, and I'm like, ah, shit. And I go down there and I open it up, and he had this like a white tee on that day, just covered in blood, just like blood all
Jesus
over his
fucking
face,
Christ.
blood on the shirt. And I'm like, what happened? And bro just like walks past me, and I'm like, all right. And he goes upstairs, and we had a home
He was
phone.
like, so we going to Walmart or not?
Eventually I did. I said some shit like that. Like he was, we had a home phone, but it was just on the floor, like in one of the rooms.
Right, yeah.
And he goes onto the phone and he starts calling up his one friend, Rob. And he's like, Rob, I fucking got a DUI. I fucking slammed into these poles. They're going to fire me because they work together and shit.
Okay.
And he was like crying about how he was gonna get like fired from his job or some shit. And then eventually I did say some shit. I was like, dude, like I have this thing for school. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say. Our relationship was already like super weird at this point. I wasn't gonna like go console him or anything. I was
And,
like,
like,
dude, I
so-
have to like do my homework.
Yeah. So I need this glitter, please. So like,
I need these markers.
did you were they together at one point and then they split and then you lived with your dad? How did that work? Like when you were
Yeah,
younger? Because I know the
uh,
story. Like after you left living with your dad to come down and like live with your mom. But like, were they ever together and then you lived with them and then they split and
Yeah.
you were with him?
The whole thing was, I forget. I mean, nobody's really ever told me the full story. But the whole thing was my dad is 4 or 5 years older than my mom. Yeah, not him. My dad is like 4 or 5 years older than my mom or some shit. So they had gone to school together. And, you know, this was like the 90s and like the early 2000s. So if my dad is like a senior and my mom's like a freshman, it's like cool that they're fucking. You know what I mean?
Your dad's
Now-
the shit.
Now it's like super weird. But back then,
times have changed.
I know society's gone downhill. But dude, sidebar, somebody at my job was talking to me, this lady, and she was like, yeah, I remember when I went to prom, I was like, it was like a dance. She was like 16 and she had this boyfriend that was like 23 with like a car and like all this shit. She was telling me and I was just going, I was like, Grace, that's so gross. She was like, thanks, Brody, I know. And I was like, dude, why? You should have known better.
Do better.
So yeah, they were together. And my mom was like, she was like fucking this black dude who was friends with my dad. But then she stopped doing that, and then she started being with my dad. And then, yeah, she came to her senses. And then my dad impregnated my mom, and my dad wouldn't let her get an abortion. They didn't get an abortion because my dad didn't believe in it or some shit. He's like anti-abortion, which is like super weird. So then,
But doing drugs while you're pregnant is okay.
yeah, and they were already like, my mom was doing like mad pills and shit, and I guess she stopped. I don't, I don't
From
know.
looking at you, she didn't stop.
I know my head's kind of big. I don't know what that's about. So
It's all that knowledge you got up there.
yeah, because I'm so smart. And yeah, I was born. They got married at the courthouse at some point.
Let's
And
go.
then I lived with them for a little bit. I saw my mom cheat on my dad like mad times because I was like,
Wait, you saw her
I saw,
cheat.
dude.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
fucking-
telling you, it was really rough back then, man.
Yeah, I don't think
because
we ever really
fucking-
got into this before.
Because my dad wasn't like around. Like my mom. This is one of my favorite stories ever. It's like so funny. 9/11 happens.
End of story.
9/11 happens, and my mom is pregnant with me, and she said that she woke up that day and she turned on the TV and she saw 9/11 like happening like in front of her eyes. And my dad is asleep next to her, and she's like, Craig, like you gotta wake up, like fucking some bad shit's going on. The second plane just hit the tower, like all this shit. And then he wakes up. He's like bitching at her. He's like, why the fuck are you waking me up? And he like looks at the TV and he's like, whatever. And he's like, she said he tries to do a call on his phone, but because they were all like satellite phones or some shit back then, like the lines were super busy.
Right.
And he's like, why the fuck can't I make a call on my phone? And she's like, because there's a terrorist attack happening on the New York fucking what are they called?
The World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center. And he was just like, whatever. And he like got up, and she didn't see him for like 3 days. he just left. He was
that upset about 9/11.
he needed 3 days just to regroup. Yeah,
That's valid.
she said that he was out just doing coke with his boys for like 3 days and just came back.
He was mourning the country.
Yeah, he didn't know how to cope with that. So yeah, then in the beginning, like my dad wasn't there really. Like he would just like go and just like do shit like that. Like he would just leave.
Right.
I remember one time I was with him, and my mom would like work full time and shit. My other family members would watch me, and then he would just like be there sometimes. And I remember before he started at Walmart, we were at this guy. It was a family friend. His name was Kyle Hawes. He was a truck driver. I don't know where he's at now. I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, really?
The last time I saw him, he told me that the FBI is trying to hunt him down and that they're
Probably.
like all this shit. It was insane. It was like absolutely fucking deranged. And we were over at Hawsey's, and fucking my dad was talking about like trying to sell weed to pay the bills, but he was like, he sucked at it. Like, that's what he said. He was like,
He
yeah.
was just doing all the smoking. All the
He was like, I tried selling weed, but like I can't make any fucking money. Which me as like an adult now who like kind of understands like the drug trade totally makes sense that you weren't making any money selling like grams of weed. It was like
Yeah.
mid.
Excuse
So
me.
yeah, he just like wouldn't be there. I've seen my mom cheat on my dad in person like 2 times.
Like fucking another person.
Yeah, dude. Well, there was one time.
Or you've seen your mom sucking dick.
No, so there was one time. I don't know who the fuck the guy is. I could tell you
I don't
where.
think she knew who it was.
Yeah, I could tell you where he used to live. Because he used to live with his parents. I could take you to the house right now. Because we used to go over there all the time and shit. And no, actually 3 times for real. But yeah, me, her, and this random dude just went to like New York one time. I was probably like 5 or 6.
She just took you with.
Just took, yeah, because I guess nobody could watch me or some shit. I just went to my.
Did he pay for the trip though?
I guess so. I just remember like being in a car, and then we were just in New York City, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't even remember anything about New York. I just remember I was in like a hotel room, and it was kind of fucking big. And I remember we were playing like Smash Bros on the GameCube.
He's like, yeah, kid, listen, I'm about to fuck your mom.
Yeah, I know. He was cool. Like, I guess he was fucking with me. We were gaming. And then, because my mom's like all fucked up on these pills and shit. And the other guy's probably all fucked up too. And then they're fucking because there's like a 2 bed in like 1 room thing.
Oh,
I'm in
Jesus.
1 bed and they're just fucking in the next bed
Jesus
right next to me.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah,
I didn't know
later
that one.
on, I remember like one time we were at my granddad's house, and I guess I slept upstairs, and I go downstairs, and I like woke up early as fuck in the morning, and there was my mom passed out, just naked with this dude on the couch. And then she like never, I guess my dad just never found out because they were fighting at that point. And then later that day, my dad like picked us up, took us to the crib, and then we were just like a fucking family again.
What?
I swear to God, dude. My mom, another point.
She must have had some crazy. Never mind.
I guess so. Well, yeah, I don't know. And then I think that she took me to this dude's house one time. His name was just Red. Like they just called him Red. He was this bald dude, and I think that she was like fucking him for money because she needed to like buy drugs, and nobody could watch me. They left me at the crib all the time. Sometimes,
Well,
like,
yeah.
I like to the point where like they would be gone for so long that I would go over to the crazy cat lady next to me who
Aw.
had like 50 cats, like for real, and it smelled like piss so bad in
Oh,
her
God.
apartment. And I would just be like, hey, like, I don't know where my parents are. And she would just be like, oh, like, I don't know.
Guess I'm watching you now.
Yeah,
Guess
like,
you're
I
one
would
of the
just, like,
cats.
I would just
You
like
want some
chill
cat
with her
food?
until
Yeah.
my mom got back. Yeah, and then she was like fucking this dude named Red. Like, she would just bring me over there, and then I would chill in Red's like living room while just like watching TV, and my mom would just be getting plowed upstairs. I'm assuming
Jesus.
just for like drug money, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's crazy.
And then one fateful day, I don't know if I ever told you this story. This is like this is a real origin story. This is kind of like a day that everything kind of shifts. So
Is this the day that they split up then?
Yeah.
That you like kind of live with your dad then?
Yeah, so this is at this point like my dad is around, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I guess he was working at Walmart, like he just started working at Walmart. And my
Sidebar quick. When
Yeah.
you're driving down 81 south,
uh-huh.
the Walmart distribution thing that's on the right near
It's on the left if you're going south, but if you're going
No,
north.
it's on the right, I think. Either way, was that the one that your dad worked at?
Yeah.
Nice.
By the water tower.
By the water tower,
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I
That's
figured.
the
But
one.
every time I drive past there, I'm like, I bet you that's the fucking.
Oh, that's the
Walmart,
one. That's the
yeah.
only one.
Yeah.
And fucking so you know, tensions were always high because my dad was just like a piece of shit and his friends like sucked. He had a friend named Eddie Rebel. He was like insane. He was fucking nuts. And then my uncle, my dad's brother, Mikey, lived with us for a little while, like on and off.
Was he
would,
also
like,
fucking your mom?
no, my mom fucking hates Mikey. My
Okay.
mom hates Mikey with a fuck. Even to this day, like if you bring up Mikey, insert last name here, she'll be like, I fucking hate him. Like I don't know what the beef is. I've seen them fight a lot, and I feel like it's just like Mikey just said some foul shit to her one time, and my mom is such a
That's why
spiteful
you're fucking
bitch.
these dudes for money. Like,
Yeah, he probably just said some like real shit to her, and
yeah,
she was
she
like,
just
I
couldn't
hate
handle
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mikey had already moved out. I think that Mikey moved out because she was just bitching so much, and my dad was like, "You just gotta get the fuck out of here,
You just
dude! Like
gotta
this is
leave."
like way too much." And yeah, so it's just me, my dad, and my mom, and like a week or two before this, I went in to the living room. It's like dark time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's real dark at night. And she's in the living room, and my mom used to smoke cigarettes in the living room like all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And I saw her,
Valid.
and she's like on the phone with the plug. And I remember she was like, it was just some shit of like she needed some shit and just had no money or whatever. And my carpet used to have like so many cigarette holes in
Right,
it because
yeah.
she would like be smoking cigarettes and just like nod off,
No.
and like they would just go into the carpet and shit. And
Yeah.
she had asked me to go to my dad's room, and he was sleeping in there, and try to take his wallet out of his pocket because he would
Christ.
sleep with it on him because he knew that my mom was like a fucking
Oh my
fiend.
god.
And I think I tried
Just
to
a
get
rat.
it, and I think that he caught me like beat the shit out of me or something. And I was just like, yeah, mom, like I can't do it, like, you know.
As you have a black eye and you're crying.
Yeah, and I'm just like, guy just got the shit kicked out of me. And so tensions were kind of high already. And so this one day, I forget exactly what had happened. My mom just goes on this rampage. And I think it was just something about like money and shit, or she was just fucking tweaking out. And I think that she stole like my dad's car or some shit. Or like I think that my dad had one or two cars at this point. She had taken one of them pretty much. And she goes over to the bar in Ashland Butte, which is the town over from Gerardville.
Yeah.
And she goes to this little bar, and somehow my grandmother goes over there. She gets into the car, she like got the keys of the car somehow. I don't know. Like my mom like left the keys in there or some shit. She just took it, like locked the car and just left. So then she
Okay.
couldn't like drive and shit. Dude, my mom, I gotta take you to the area. My mom was covering ground this day. She realized that the keys weren't in there, and she just like to walk from Ashland to Gerardville. Shit takes like an hour.
Yeah.
It's miles.
I would imagine.
You know what I mean? She was there fast as fuck. I don't know if she was running, if she went like a back way through the woods. I don't know what I don't know what she did. She got there hella fast because at one point, me and my aunt are driving around and shit, and we saw my mom. I have never seen, even to this day, like you see crackheads on the internet and shit, but the way that my mom had looked at us when
Oh,
we were
fuck.
driving by, it was as though she was like possessed by a demon. I'm telling you, like the way that she was looking at it, she was looking crazy. So then eventually, I think at one point I went down to my grandfather's house. She tried to break into the crib because nobody was fucking with her, and she was tweaking out. He's bugging out. She leaves. I go back up to my dad's, chilling. Apartment complex, obviously.
Obviously.
There is a big ass. So you go in through the front door of the building, and then you go up this steep ass staircase. And at the top of the staircase is another door that leads up to my apartment.
Yeah.
You open up that door. There's more stairs. You get up to the apartment.
Okay.
It's like 2 sets of stairs. At the door, there is like honestly this dope ass thing of like it's like tainted glass or whatever, tinted glass.
Yeah.
It was actually very nice. It was like a very nice little setup. I hear my mom. She gets there, and I think my dad was there. And she's fucking banging on the door, and she's like, let me in, blah, blah, blah. And there was only one other unit in the building, but it was like one of my family's friends. His name is Mook. He's dead now. He died a couple years. He died like 4 years ago.
Of what?
I think he OD'd or something.
Well, okay.
I think it was like 3 years. I was really good friends with his kids. He has like 4 kids. But but I think he stole one of my pairs of Jordans one time, but I'm not going to get into that. Rest in peace. And
R.I.P. fag.
and when I moved out of that thing, my dad took all my silly bands and they gave them to his son Cody. And Cody didn't deserve
Your dad's
all that
other
shit.
son, or the guy that died?
To the guy that died, son. Yeah, he gave
he was
all
like, sorry about your dad. Oh no, I guess he wasn't dead.
he
at
was
the time.
he just looked really bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mom gets there and she's pounding on the door, and then eventually she fucking fist through the glass, through the fucking, and it wasn't even like on no bitch shit. Like it was some pretty thick glass. I'm telling you, like pounded that shit right through the glass with like her whole hand because she knew, break out the window, she could get her hand down and fucking unlock it or whatever. So she unlocks the door, blood everywhere. I'm there, I'm seeing it, fucking blood all over the walls, blood everywhere.
Are you crying as a kid in this, or are you just kind of like in shock, just like watching, or are you kind of used to it at this point?
Oh no, I was so used to it. Like there was crazy shit like this happening all the time.
Right.
Not to this level, I guess, but it wasn't that shocking. So I'm like, damn. And then I see my dad like fighting with her, like blood, like we had white walls, blood all over the walls.
Jesus.
There was it's actually pretty fucked up. My great grandmother, she had done a painting. It was like a big ass fucking painting. It was like somebody in my family had done this painting or like bought the painting or something. And they gave it to my mom. It was like this family like heirloom almost. We had it up and it was like this like orange painting of like flowers and like the sunset and shit. Blood all over it.
Fucking
and
run.
the fucking worst part about it, dude,
Now it's
is
even
that
better.
my dad, after all this happened, I remember like I think that he like half cleaned it up, but like we lived there for another 2 or 3 years and there was still just blood on the walls. There was blood on this painting. When we moved, we took the painting and put it up. There's still blood on it.
It was
just
where's the
like-
painting now? We got to get that.
He definitely threw that. His wife threw that out at this point. Like, there's no way they have it. But
Love to have that painting.
then, eventually at that point, somebody called the cops. It was like too much to bear.
Right.
Like,
They're like, all right, this is pretty regular, but now we need to call someone.
yeah, they called the cops. My mom got arrested. Fucking cops came in, talked to me. I remember it being real weird. Like I had a waterbed at this point because my dad's mom like gave it to him or some shit, and I didn't have a bed, so they like gave it to me. It was a big ass waterbed. It was fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, they're great. My grandparents used to have one.
Dude, they're fucking awesome.
Mark,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're fucking sick.
Yeah, they're fucking great. And, you know, we're kind of sitting on, like, the rim of my waterbed. And
Yeah,
there's
because
like,
it has like the frame.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're just talking to me about, like, oh, do you watch cartoons and shit? And I'm like, Nick, I just want you to get out of here. It's like, I just want you to, like, leave, you know? I don't want to do
hang
this.
on, pause. We're coming up to something here that I don't think. Hang on. Gonna have to pause. All right.
And we're back.
Now we're back.
So, yeah, at that
This
point,
whole episode's fucked. Ray Desmond really.
I know.
Ray Desmond really.
Ray
screwed
destroyed
us
this
on
entire
dude.
thing, dude. Like,
I can't
we had, like,
believe
this
it.
whole plan. We had questions.
Yeah, it'll be in a future one whenever we can get a hold of him if he's not fucking dead.
Yeah, if we end this and he fucking calls me, I'm just gonna be like, dude, you really gotta stop fucking this up for us. It's like, this is retarded.
We were 2 for 2 on his calls. By
I
the way.
swear, I really did
2
think.
for 2,
Yeah.
and yet he's just not gonna answer on this one.
I thought that he was kind of just free at all times. I didn't think I was gonna just have to call him, you know, to remind
Yeah,
him.
I didn't think we'd have to be penciled in. Well, we did. We called him to remind him. I didn't think we'd have to be fucking penciled in.
I know. Yeah, I didn't think that his schedule was gonna be too busy to talk to us, but
Yeah,
here we are.
whatever.
So yeah, at that point, my mom got arrested and I was living with my dad full time.
So that's what happened. Okay.
I think that it was kind of like he wanted to look cool and be like, oh, I could like provide for my son, and like you're like a piece of garbage who's like
But-
in like a rehab and shit, and, like in jail, you know?
Right.
And she was also paying him child support.
Oh wow.
Pretty
How do
baller
you manage
move.
that one? Yeah, I mean,
Pretty baller move.
respect on that one. Except, yeah. So in that apartment
Yeah.
that you were at, was that the same one you said with the blood on the walls? So,
yeah, I
wh-
lived in there after the blood got on the walls for probably like another probably 2 or 3 years.
So you when he crashed the car, same
Yeah.
apartment.
No, different one. We had
Diff-
moved already.
You had moved already. Okay, and then the other story with that I'm gonna get into, classic story, the hoodie.
I knew this was coming. I
So
knew this was coming.
a little background. I'm gonna tell this story how I remember it, and I'll
Yeah.
let you. So is that the same apartment, or did you move already?
The hoodie incident happened in the same apartment. This is
Okay.
after my mom had already moved out because Black Ops 1 came out many years later. I actually
Okay.
probably lived in there for a very long time, probably longer than 2 or 3 years.
Okay, yeah. So the hoodie story I'm referring to is it was this. So his piece of shit father bought him a Black Ops 1 hoodie,
Yep.
and
With the character Woods on it.
Woods was on it. It's engraved into his brain. I know we tried to
Iconic
find it
character.
on. I know we tried to find it on eBay at one point because it's just
Yeah.
it's
I think
just
I got it at like Hot Topic or something like.
yeah. So his dad buys him this hoodie, and then this retard loses it at school.
Yeah.
And what? So you went home and you told him, "Hey, Dad, I lost this hoodie," and then he kicked you in the chest and started beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, so well, you know, contextually, you have to understand that in my household, Call of Duty was a big thing. Ever since Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 1, I remember when my dad got Call of Duty 4 and he put that bitch in the PlayStation for the first time, and we had 2 lawn chairs set up in the room with the TV, and I was just watching him play it, and I was like, holy fuck, this is like the sickest shit I've
This
ever
is
seen
so
in my
cool,
life. I was
dude.
like, this
it's
is
Call of Duty and people are dying.
yeah, and at this time, I wasn't old enough or a gamer enough for him to be like, yeah, you can play. It was like you're gonna like watch me play because this is like such a monumental moment,
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna experience it for myself, and you get to just watch
You
me
get to watch
play.
it, but here's
Yeah.
this hoodie.
Yeah. Well, so then you know, Black Ops 1 came out, and I actually went to Black Ops 1 was such a big thing because I was a big person in the world at War Zombies. Like online, I was like in the community. I wasn't uploading shit, but I knew all like the glitches on all the maps, all the Easter eggs, all the lore, all that shit. So me, him, and his friend Danny Devaney, we had gone to Walmart that night, and we went for the midnight release. When people would do that, you would line up at GameStop or Walmart,
Right.
and you would go in and you would get the copy. And sometimes they would run out, and you would be like, "Fuck!" But we got there like early, and we were in line and shit. We go over, we get it, hype. Played the fuck out of that. So eventually me and my dad are like out at a mall somewhere. And I saw this Black Ops 1 hoodie with Woods on it. It was hard, to be honest. It was super sick. Like
you would say you deserved it. It was what
I think I did. Yeah, I deserved it.
If you had a kid and you bought him this hoodie that was super fucking sick, and then he lost it, you too would beat the shit out of him.
You know, if he lost a $20 hoodie from Hot Topic, I don't know how bummed out I would be. But
right.
I mean, here's the deal, right? I went to school with a lot of kids who were poor, you know.
As if you weren't.
Yeah, I mean, I was also poor. We were all just poor together.
Yeah.
And I was going into school, and I got breakfast that day, and there was a designated place for you to put your jacket and shit. And I put my jacket down. I went and got my slice of pizza, and I ate it, and I just never got my jacket. And I'm sure that I had gone to the Lost and Found, but some poor kid. Some other poor kid
right.
probably just went and saw it.
You're not
and
better
was
than
like,
them.
Yeah, just went and saw it and was like, "Oh, this is sick! Like I'm just gonna take this shit." And I just never saw it again. So eventually, I think I understood that I had lost it before he did, and then it was just cold time, and we were going somewhere, and he was like, "Why don't you throw on that Black Ops 1 hoodie?"
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, why didn't you just like not say it, not say anything? Oh fuck.
He was like, "Why don't you go throw on that Black Ops 1 Woods hoodie from Hot Topic?" And I was
that cost me $19.99.
Like, I mean, it was fucking like 2011. It probably cost him like $10.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and
before the world,
I was like, "Dude, I don't know where it is." And he was like, "Are you fucking for real? I bought you that jacket." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I don't know where it is. I lost it at school. I don't know where it is." And at this point, he kind of already has me up against a wall. Like he's just kind of standing in front of me, and behind me is a wall.
Oh wow!
And then he kicks me in the fucking chest, and I go back into the wall, and I like hit my back. I think I was like kind of winded a little bit. I was like, "Damn, Dad, that one really fucking hurt." I was like, "Wow, this one is really fucking bad." And then he just started kicking the shit out of me, just like hitting me and shit, beating me the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, that didn't make the hoodie come back. I
thought it did.
I still never found the hoodie, and I never got it back. So,
wow.
No, that is a famous story. Yeah, he used to.
How many times total were you beat by your dad?
Oh, like, dude, he would just be mad and just like beat the shit out of me.
Wow.
I didn't like have to do anything. Sometimes I did.
Sometimes you sneezed, and he was like, his bless you was a kick in the throat.
Sometimes I would just fuck up though. Like in fourth grade, I was really bad at math. I couldn't understand.
Just in fourth grade?
Yeah. I couldn't understand long division. Like, it just didn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
And I remember for a minute, I was just like, I was like a straight A, like honor roll student, distinguished honors and shit. And then I was just like fucking up my math shit. And then back in the day, you would have to have your parents sign your test. So then,
oh really?
You never had to do that?
No.
At my school, especially if you had a bad grade, you would have to get your
Take
test signed by your parents, so that they would know that you're retarded.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even really help you because your parents would just be mad and just like beat the shit out of you, and then your teacher wouldn't even like help you. You know, it was just so that you could
just come into school
the fuck up.
You come into school next day with a black eye and like, I got the signature.
There you go.
Fucking wincing.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa! We're touching.
We touched toes under the table.
Yeah, so there was like once or twice where I got like these really bad grades on my tests and shit, and I had to get it signed, and then I would just forge my dad's signature because I just didn't want to.
Did it work?
Well, I think it had worked like once or twice, but there were times where I guess I was just acting a little too sus, and my dad would like be driving me to school, and then he would be like, "Break out that folder. Didn't you take any tests that I have to sign?" And then the test would be in. My dad's smart. Like, he really is. Like, he knows.
I mean, if you're a functioning meth head and you can hold down like a manager position at Walmart, I feel like there's a little intelligence behind it. Because I couldn't do it. I'd just be a meth head.
If you take me and him, we could probably take over a small country.
Yeah, I mean,
we could probably take over like Guam.
What a great father-son bonding.
I know, yeah.
Taking over a country,
and
while he beats the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I would. It's just like Rick and Morty, but with meth. Yeah, and he would be like, break out the tests, and then they would be in my folder with his fucking signature on it. And then he like there was one time he like pulled the car over and he was like, "Let me see the folder."
Oh wow.
And then he just like beat the shit out of me in the car.
Jesus Christ.
Just was like fucking me up. So I mean, either way, it was gonna happen. Like if I gave him the fucking thing to sign it, he was gonna like beat the shit out of me. Or if he saw that, I was just going to Pound Town anyway.
Right.
So I didn't really
Damn.
lose anything, I guess.
Wow. Did you ever have any marks from it?
Like
I would imagine getting kicked in the chest, you're probably a little sore the next day.
yeah, sore.
But like, did you ever have like marks on your face that people would be like, "Hey," or just in that shitty town that it's pretty regular that they were just like, "Yeah,
No,
he probably fell down the steps."
I don't know if I had any He would like hit me in the body a lot.
Oh, he's
Hit
smart.
me in the body, or
He's
just
smart as
he
fuck.
want to like close fist hit me hard, like in the eye or anything. It would be kind of like open hand, but like as hard as he fucking can in the face, because like you wouldn't really bruise from like being slapped
getting
hella fucking
slapped
hard. You
really
know what I
hard.
mean? It would just hurt a
Or
lot.
he would just get you in the gut or something.
Yeah, shit like that's probably why he kicked me in the chest, because he wanted to just hit me as hard as he could, but he didn't want like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn.
So fucking
you know, it's
yeah.
times like this that I'm glad that my father is dead.
yeah, no, I'm happy to just not have either of my parents in my life
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they both just brought me nothing but pain.
Yeah. Look at us
yeah.
now. We have a successful podcast, and we're
Yeah, now I'm just thriving in life right now.
right.
I'm just doing so well.
That's why
Wow.
we're here, trying to get a hold of Ray Desmond. And Ray Desmond has not called the entire time of this podcast. We've got like 19 minutes left, so that's gonna be. That's
hope
gonna be
he-
about it.
the
This
o-
is just gonna be your episode, though.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna be your
my
you
origin
and
story.
your father's episode. We didn't even get into the shit about your mom yet. I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a whole other episode, brother.
Yeah, no, it was real weird. It's a real weird upbringing. I had like all kinds of crazy shit going on. That's why I feel like sometimes I've been in this situation where I can feel some shit's about to go down. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like now when things are in that mode, I can totally understand kind of the vibe of different situations because I've just been in such fucked up
Oh no,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean, circumstances
I mean,
so many times.
There was a time like when I was at work that I don't think I told you. I told you about the gunshot patient that I worked with, the guy, the
Yeah.
Mexican that got shot in the leg. But when he was screaming at his wife or like his girlfriend or whatever, I was trying to deliver this guy like a walker so he could actually go home. But on arrival, this guy's just fucking yelling at the top of his lungs, and I'm just standing in the doorway, and like honestly, I just shut down. Like I just stood there, and then I just backed up and I left because I just don't want to deal with that, because like I've never had my hands put on me, but I've had plenty of times with my mom screaming at the top of her lungs, and whatever guy she's having sex with screaming back at her, where like I'm trying to fall asleep and I have a pillow over my ears. That like people yelling, that's why I'll never yell. Like I'll never yell in a relationship with my girlfriend. I've told her, I was like, I don't yell, like I never do, because I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
And like it was literally like it really hasn't been a time recently except for that when I was just like, oh my god, and I just didn't know what to do, and I just backed up. I was like, no, I'm not doing this, and I just put the walker down. I actually gave it to someone else that was going in the room, and I said, you give it to him, and I just walked away. I was like, I'm not doing this shit, dude. I was like, I'm
Hell
really
yeah.
not. I can't do it.
I don't even blame you. I wouldn't want to fucking deal with that either. Yeah. Shit's weird. Yeah, that's I guess kind of the worst part about, because I didn't speak to my father for many years. I didn't speak to my father for like fucking 6 years or something, and then he seen me on Facebook, and I turned 21, and he like sent me a text. This was last year. And he texts me and he's like, "Oh yeah, when you gonna come see me? Blah blah blah, all this shit." And then like I saw him, and then he just like all that stuff had happened, and no apologies were ever given. And then I was just like there chilling with him, and we were just kind of acting as though nothing had ever happened. And I was just like, I was so ready to just grill his shit, and just like I even brought the knife with. I was like, if he tries to fucking pull up on me, like I'm really gonna hurt him right now.
Yeah.
And like nothing that I thought was going to happen happened. It was just like this weird thing of him just trying to be cool and like act as though nothing
we
had
should
ever
have him on the
happened.
pod. That would be crazy.
I think that he would just be. I would like ask him, and he'd be like, "No, that's gay. I'm not coming." Like he just wouldn't do it. Yeah, that was like worst case scenario. Him just
Yeah.
acting as though nothing had ever happened.
And
I left that night, and I was just in shock. I left that night, and I went to Lena's.
Yeah.
And I was just in shock like the entire night.
like you
on
were
the way.
you were expecting apology or like yelling, and then there was just nothing.
I
You got blue
expected-
balled by your own father.
I expected to like fight with him.
Mm.
That's kind of what I wanted. I just wanted us both to just like fight with each other like the
and
entire
I was
time.
not going to do it because you're his size.
Yeah, pretty honestly, pretty much. And I was just like, holy shit. Yeah, I was that, and that was the last. Or no, I seen him like one more time after that, and it was even worse. And I was just like, yeah, I'm never doing this. He did not because he texted me on my birthday last year, but he didn't text me this year. He's too busy tending to his 3 other kids that he has
yeah, after you, Jesus
after
Christ.
me
Yeah, this is
that he had when I was like the oldest one is like 5.
This one is 5. Jesus fucking Christ.
He just had a kid last year.
He's still pumping those bad boys out. I
He
mean,
has
now
some
he doesn't have
strong
you to like.
eggs.
Yeah, he doesn't have you to beat the shit out of. So he needs people to take the play. I wonder if he kicks the shit out of them too.
I don't know. I've seen him interact with the kids, and he definitely like verbally fucks with them. But yeah, he hasn't like beat the shit out of the kids in front of me, as far as I've seen. So I don't know. But one brother is kind of cool though, because
It's so weird you saying brother.
I know, right? The oldest one is like 5, and he's kind of cool. I was kicking it with him. We were talking about Minecraft and shit. He's pretty dope. And then I have another one that's a girl who's like fucking 1.5, and then I have another one that just got born like last year, which is kind of crazy that I'll be like almost 40 when she's like 18.
You'll be almost 40.
Right?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
Well, what
like
about your
39.
sister, the kid that your mom had?
She was born in 2020, so I'll be 36 because she had her
Jesus.
when I was 18. Yeah.
I gotta wait until you're 36. I'm just kidding. Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be super weird that I'll be like,
That's gonna be so bizarre.
Halfway
You're like
through my
you're
life.
the older sibling out of all these people. That's so crazy.
yeah, I now have 4 siblings. When I was 18, when I turned 18, I had one. But I never even met him. I didn't meet him until last year.
God damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just pretty nuts.
Right. Life's so crazy.
Life's so crazy,
Life's
man.
so crazy.
You gotta slow down, or otherwise you might not catch
Yeah,
it,
might-
or
it
whatever.
might catch
You ever
up
see
or
that
s-
movie,
Is
Ferris
that a
Bueller's Day Off?
No,
is
I like
cool?
the 80s a lot, but I don't like their movies that much. I
Yeah.
mean, some of them, like Lost Boys is good. You ever see that?
Is that the one with the train?
There is a train scene in it when they're like hanging from the train
Maybe.
and they jump. It's like a
It's about
like,
4 like little boys.
no, different movie.
I forget what the fuck. Stand by Me. Is that what it is?
Maybe I don't know. I'd have to
Lena
look
always
it
be
up.
talking to me about it. I don't know.
There was a Lost Boys is like super cheesy 80s movie, but it's like a vampire thing. They're like at like a
No.
boardwalk or like beach
Never
or
seen
something.
this.
Nah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what it's on.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just on I think Netflix, and I was like, so my girlfriend, I was like, yeah, we should watch this shit.
I guess now that I think about it, I'm not a big fan of 80s cinema, except for I think that the Back to the Future was made.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Future's good.
Yeah, Back to the Future's good.
Airplane might have been made around that same
I
time.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Airplane's more of like a director thing. Like that guy's just
that guy's just hilarious.
the other movie that we were watching that I showed you.
Yeah. I forget what this shit's
I
called.
forget what it was too. Fuck.
But there's
The-
like a
the
militia
slapstick
in it.
humor is just so good.
We still gotta watch Airplane too.
I know. I'm just afraid it's not going to be as good as the first one.
You don't know that.
I kind of know that.
You don't know that. Yeah, I could feel your inner being dying yesterday when we watched that Crow reboot trailer.
Dude, I was pretty upset.
You were like, "Oh yeah,
I was pretty
dude, come
upset.
watch this trailer with me. I'm fucking hype." And then we were watching it, and it was like the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, dude, like we gotta rewatch The Crow. I was telling Meg about it. I was like, yo, we should watch The Crow. She just doesn't like it because of an ex watching the movie with me. So yeah,
I mean,
but
the fag.
I made Top Secret. I think that was the one. It was like that spy thing, but it was like still that slapstick
Yeah,
humor.
no, for sure.
But yeah, dude, like the original Crow is so fucking good. And if you don't remember it, I gotta get all of us to just fucking watch that shit at some point.
Yeah, I don't
know we're
remember
going
it at
out
all.
tomorrow, but at some point I'll just fucking rent it and we can watch it because that shit is so good. But yeah, the new one looks like garbage.
Yeah.
They did a Jared Leto with the fucking face tattoos and all that bullshit. It
You
looks
just
fucking
reminded me.
terrible.
Fans, if you want to meet the boys, we're gonna be at Marion Court, Lancaster, Pennsylvania
Jesus
tomorrow.
fucking Christ.
And at some point we will be at the Sunset/Sundown Lounge. I don't know which one it is.
I don't.
But we're gonna
don't
go
know.
there too, and you can smoke cigarettes in there. So if the
Is that where we're
fans,
going?
if the fans want to meet up,
This
you know where to find us. We'll probably
Yeah,
be
this-
out there.
is gonna be uploaded after the fact,
That
probably.
is true.
But
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. You can go.
You
Can go there and wait for us
The
on
di-
an off chance that we
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
go there again.
Maybe we'll be there eventually.
Maybe
when you're there.
when it's not St. Patrick's Day. When you're
I
there,
forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, this shit's gonna be
totally right.
fucked up, dude.
I feel like
It's gonna be
dude,
so
fuck.
busy. We're gonna have to wear green and shit.
I wanted to go to that that like Irish place. It's like the Shamrock Cafe. The Shamrock Cafe. I think that's what it's called.
Meg was telling me
I
about
wanted
it.
to fucking go there because it's right down the street from Rachel's and it's like pretty close to Eastside's house. But you can't go to the Shamrock Cafe on fucking St. Patrick's Day, bot. That shit's gonna be
Dude, it's gonna be
fucked.
fucking insane. It's gonna be insane anywhere we go
Anywhere,
when we
but-
walk in the city. The Ubers are gonna be expensive. They're gonna be annoying to get. We might not make it back.
Might have to walk back.
I might shit my pants. Walk
Might
back if
piss
you
my
hear.
pants.
You're definitely gonna piss your pants. I'm more than likely gonna shit my pants.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's true.
Probably.
Who has a higher chance?
Definitely you.
You think me?
I think you.
Okay.
I think you'll piss your pants, and then I'll just like
I'll give you the confidence to
Fine.
shit your pants.
yeah, and then I'll just like I'll make sure to look my girlfriend in the eyes
While you're
to
pooping.
assert to assert dominance. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that'd be good. I can't. I'm still so upset. We got about 8 minutes until we're done with this. Ray Desmond has not called us.
Yeah, this is pretty horrific. I might have to start threatening him.
I don't think you should do that.
I think I'm gonna like leave threatening voicemail.
I think what you should do is make a fake account that's a girl,
yeah.
and then flirt with him,
That would actually be pretty dope.
and then be like, "Hey," and then we break the news to him live.
Oh, that would be so. That's what Ray deserves. Oh, that's such a good idea, Raven. I make like a Facebook profile that's like it's an older woman.
more,
so it's
more realistic than
Yeah.
like the bots that he's
yeah,
getting.
Yeah.
And then you can really like get it down to it.
This is good. Yeah, I might have to break Ray's heart because he stood me up tonight.
Yeah, that shit's so crazy. We need this
Make
to
him
happen.
kill himself.
So well,
Make
We-
him kill himself.
no. So we need to set up a time with him. Even though we told him Friday, we got to call him again off air or whatever and be like, "Yo, what's going on? Let's set a time, and then we'll just shoot for next Friday. We're doing that dinner.
Oh yeah, I guess we can't do it next Friday.
I mean, we could probably do it Saturday. I'm not.
Well, I mean,
I'm not-
depending
I'm
on
not-
when the dinner is. You come back here.
That's true. Yeah. Well, we can either do that or Saturday because next weekend I'm not. Next weekend I'm free all weekend.
Nice.
So
Then
we
yeah,
could-
that
we
works
can just
out.
do that.
Yeah.
We could just crank out a bunch of episodes. If he doesn't call, I don't know. Yeah, this shit's fucked up.
I guess it's kind of on us because we thought that a man like Ray Desmond was going to be clutch. You know what I mean?
We thought he was available all the time, but he's such a busy man. Maybe he's just wheeling and dealing, bruh.
Maybe he's going to Walmart right now to do a wire transfer to a woman in Ghana that said that she'd fuck him
That woman could be you.
That could be me. Oh, imagine if I scam Ray
You
Desmond.
should get some money out of it.
Dude,
We didn't even break the news. We just keep taking money out of him.
Yeah.
How much money does he have? He lives in a trailer park.
Well, he gets like Social Security or whatever.
He's not that old for it, is he?
I think that's what he told me. He like doesn't work anymore. He just collects bread or whatever.
Ah, dude, yeah, you should totally get on that. Instead of giving it to bots, at least it could help us out.
Yeah, for sure. Like we need like more snacks and shit here.
Yeah.
You know. I haven't.
for
My
that.
car has to get inspected soon. Oh
It's
my!
not gonna pass.
Why
oh
not?
yeah, you're fucked.
Why not?
Because it's a Chevy Cruze.
That's true. That's true.
My car has been feeling like it's gonna die soon.
Really?
Yeah. Every time, maybe it's just because I got to put some gas in it, but every time I go to start it up, this weather has been like cold and then warm. Dude, it's been a struggle sometimes. Like,
Will it just not turn on sometimes?
it hasn't gotten to that point yet. It has been in the past, but like it'll start and then like the way it like starts up, it like kind
Oh,
of stutters a
no.
little bit, and I'm like, uh-oh. But I don't know. It should be good. It should be fixed. I just hope it doesn't throw a rod and then my engine is fucked. Like I'm just really trying to like I'll fix anything and pay the money for it. Like I have the money set aside separately. So if
Yeah.
anything like major happens, I can throw like $2,000 at it just to get like another year out of it because I don't want a car payment. But
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Should have got a Chevy Cruze.
Yeah, I can pay. Yeah, let me put it in perspective for the audience. My car stopped working
Oh yeah.
at a red light while we were coming back from a bar, and we were all ready to push it. It started up. It was able to make it to a church. We just left it there, got a ride home. It was cool. And I take it in, got it towed, went through all that, and I was like, I'm okay if I pay like $800. Like I'm gonna be all right with that. It was like $300. Now,
Yeah. Well.
Brody's
I-
window rolled down and wouldn't roll back up, and he paid $500 for his window that wouldn't
To
roll
be
down. I had a
fair-
problem with, I guess it was a sensor. So sensor versus window versus, I don't know what goes into that, but my car wouldn't start, and it was cheaper than a window not coming back up.
To be fair though, I did take it to Firestone and they got that shit fixed in a day. So I feel like
My
I
maintenance guy gives me a discount. That's why I had to wait a little
because
bit
you
longer.
suck them off because you're a gay fag.
Yeah. You don't know that.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I should have got a Hyundai Elantra, a red Hyundai Elantra,
2012.
2012 red Hyundai Elantra
You know we both drive
that
red
Raven
cars.
drives
We should, yeah. It's like
with a Black Sabbath license plate on it.
because I'm cool.
It's on the front of the car if you ever see it.
Yeah, you drive a red Chevy Cruze. We have like matching cars. It's cute. We should park next to each other all the time and like back into the spots together.
That'd be good.
And then like people see us walking down, and it's like they think we're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do. I'm gonna start giving your car little love taps.
Please don't.
I'm gonna start.
Please don't.
I'm gonna start like if you're home
I'm gonna
before
start
me.
giving your window a little love smash.
I'm just gonna do a little drive by on your car, a little drive scrape.
I'm gonna like start keying your car like one section at a time. Oh, I just hit the mic. One section at a time. So like first it'll be like 1, and then it'll be 2, 3, and then it'll slowly spell out my name,
That
and
would
I'll
be
see
so-
how long
that
it
would
takes
be
you
great.
to notice.
Yeah,
All right, well, we're about the end here. Ray
I had
Desmond.
to piss so bad.
Yeah, me too. Ray Desmond really let us down. We will try again.
Fuck you, Ray.
we will try again at a later date. Yeah, god damn it.